Hello there everyone, I am Diana, your guide on this journey of self-improvement and personal development. As we embark on this journey together, I'll be sharing with you not only the wisdom I've gained from my studies and research, but also the lessons learned from my own personal experiences. We'll be exploring how to take full advantage of life's springtime, that period of growth and renewal. Then, we'll delve into the art of responding rather than reacting to life's challenges, a key principle that can help us navigate our journey with grace and resilience. We'll also be unlocking the secrets of motivation and how we can harness it to propel ourselves forward. And finally, we'll discuss the importance of working harder on ourselves than we do on our jobs. After all, personal development is the ultimate investment. So join me as we dive into the depths of personal growth and discover how we can take advantage of the spring of life. The spring of life is a period full of opportunities and potentials. Picture this: spring, a time of new beginnings, of growth, and of potential. Much like the season, the spring of our lives is a time for us to sow seeds, to cultivate new skills, and to take risks. Let's consider the idea of seizing opportunities. Many of us have been conditioned to play it safe, to follow the beaten path, and to avoid taking risks. But think about it. The greatest discoveries, the most innovative breakthroughs, and the most inspiring stories have all stemmed from taking a leap of faith. Allow me to share a personal story. When I was younger, I was offered a chance to study abroad. It was a daunting prospect, leaving the comforts of home, stepping into the unknown. But I took the leap. I seized the opportunity. And that decision has shaped me into the person I am today. It opened doors, it broadened my horizons, and it taught me that stepping outside of my comfort zone is where real growth happens. Now, I'm not saying that every risk you take will lead to success. That's not the reality. But remember, even failure is a form of growth. It's a lesson. It's an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to come back stronger. The spring of our lives is this beautiful, fleeting time where we have the energy, the time, and the potential to explore, to learn, and to grow. It's a time to try new things, to meet new people, and to step outside of our comfort zones. We can't predict the future. We can't know for certain which seeds will sprout and which will not. But what we can do is give ourselves the best possible chance. We can seize opportunities, we can take risks, and we can make the most of this precious time. So as we navigate this spring of our lives, let's not be afraid to take chances. Let's not shy away from opportunities. Instead, let's embrace them. Let's grow, let's learn, and let's make the most of this beautiful season. Remember, the springtime of life is fleeting. Make the most of it. One important skill we should all cultivate is the ability to respond rather than react to life's challenges. To illustrate this point, let's think about a pot of boiling water. When it begins to bubble and steam, it's reacting to the heat. But what if that pot could instead respond? It might adjust its temperature, or decide to let off steam in a controlled manner. It's a silly analogy, but it helps us understand the difference between a reaction, which is often automatic and uncontrolled, and a response, which is considered and deliberate. In my own life, I've had to learn this lesson the hard way. Once, in a previous job, I received some feedback that I didn't agree with. My immediate reaction was to defend myself and argue. However, that only escalated the situation and made things worse. In retrospect, I wish I had taken a moment to breathe, consider the feedback, and respond thoughtfully. This is not to say that reactions are always bad. They're often necessary and can be beneficial. If you touch a hot stove, you want your hand to react by pulling away. But when it comes to interpersonal relationships and personal growth, responses are usually more helpful. So, how do we cultivate the skill of responding? It starts with awareness. We need to recognize when we're reacting and then make a conscious effort to pause. In that pause, we can consider our options, weigh the potential outcomes, and make a choice about how to proceed. This process isn't easy and it takes practice. But over time, it becomes more natural. When we respond instead of react, we're not just avoiding conflict or making better decisions. We're also taking control of our actions. And when we take control of our actions, we take control of our lives. We become proactive rather than reactive. We become the authors of our own stories, rather than characters being pushed along by the plot. When we respond instead of react, we take control of our actions and our lives. Motivation is what drives us to take action, but what's the key to staying motivated? This question is as enigmatic as it is essential. We've all been there, staring down a task that seems Herculean, feeling the weight of inertia. So how do we find the fuel to propel us forward? Let's start with a simple truth. Motivation is personal. What works for me might not work for you. It's rooted in our individual values, interests, and aspirations. It's the spark that ignites when our goals align with our passions. But how do we keep that spark from fizzling out? That's where the real work begins. Firstly, it's crucial to set achievable goals. Nothing douses the flames of motivation faster than the feeling of being overwhelmed. Break down your goals into bite-sized pieces. Each small victory stokes the fire, building momentum and confidence. Secondly, remember to celebrate your wins. This isn't about throwing a party every time you cross a task off your list. It's about acknowledging your progress, however small. It's the pat on the back that says, "You're doing great, keep going." Thirdly, cultivate resilience. Obstacles are inevitable. They're the rain that threatens to put out your fire. But remember, a flame that's well nurtured can withstand the heaviest storm. Resilience is about learning to dance in the rain while keeping your flame alive. It's about turning setbacks into comebacks. Lastly, surround yourself with positivity. Be it people who lift you up, books that inspire you, or simply a space that brings you joy. Positivity is the wind that fans your flames, turning a spark into a roaring fire. But at the heart of it all, remember this: motivation is a journey, not a destination. It's an ongoing process of self-discovery and growth. It's about finding what lights you up and using that to drive you forward. So keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep that flame burning. Remember, motivation comes from within. It's up to you to keep that fire burning. Life is our greatest teacher, and our personal experiences are the lessons. Each day, each moment, life presents us with a unique set of circumstances, challenges, and opportunities. We often forget that these experiences are not just random occurrences, but valuable lessons waiting to be understood and learned from. Picture this. There was a time when I was significantly overweight, unhealthy, and unhappy. I was stuck in a pattern of poor eating habits, lack of exercise, and negative self-talk. But instead of dwelling on my circumstances, I decided to view this as a learning experience. I took this as a personal challenge to understand my habits, my body, and my mind. I started reading about nutrition, started working out, and started practicing mindfulness. It was a journey, and it wasn't easy, but the lesson I learned was powerful, that I had the ability to change my habits, improve my health, and transform my life. This is just one example, but the principle applies to all aspects of life. Whether it's a challenge at work, a relationship issue, or a personal goal, every experience holds a lesson. The key is to reflect upon these experiences. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience help me grow? Reflection is not about dwelling on the past or harboring regrets. It's about understanding, learning, and moving forward. It's about turning obstacles into opportunities, failures into lessons, and hardships into strength. And remember, it's not just the tough times that teach us. Even the good times, the successes, the moments of joy, they all have lessons to offer. They teach us about our strengths, our passions, our values. So, from this moment onwards, let's all make a pledge to learn from our experiences. Let's view every situation, every challenge, every success as a chance to learn, grow, and become better versions of ourselves. Every experience, good or bad, is a learning opportunity. Embrace it. When it comes to personal development, remember this: work harder on yourself than you do on your job. This isn't a call to slack off at your job, but rather a reminder of where your true priorities should lie. You see, a job can come and go, but you, as an individual, are a constant. You're the one factor in life that you have the most control over, and it's in your best interest to make the most of that. Think of it this way. Your job is like a garden. It needs tending to, it needs care, but ultimately it's the gardener that matters. If the gardener doesn't grow, doesn't learn, doesn't develop, then the garden will eventually suffer. The gardener needs to learn new techniques, explore new ideas, and constantly push themselves to be better. So how do we work harder on ourselves than our jobs? It starts with a commitment to self-improvement. This means setting aside time each day for personal development activities. This could be reading a book, learning a new skill, practicing mindfulness, or even just taking a walk to clear your mind. It's about recognizing that you're a work in progress, and that progress requires effort. It's about being open to new experiences and ideas, and not being afraid to step out of your comfort zone. It's about understanding that growth often comes from discomfort, from challenging ourselves, and from pushing our boundaries. But it's also about balance. Work is important, and it's crucial to give it your all. But remember, you're more than your job. You're a person with dreams, aspirations, and a life outside of work. Don't let your job define you. Instead, strive to define yourself, to shape your own identity, to become the person you want to be. And finally, it's about understanding that personal development is a lifelong journey. It's not something you can achieve overnight. It takes time, effort, and a lot of patience, but the rewards are worth it. Invest in yourself, for you are your greatest asset. We've covered a lot of ground together today, and I hope you found our discussion enlightening and inspiring. We started by revealing how to harness the power of spring, that beautiful season of rebirth and renewal. Remember, every day brings a new opportunity for growth, just as every spring day brings new buds to the trees. Life, like the seasons, is a cycle, and spring is your time to bloom. Next, we explored the importance of responding rather than reacting. When life throws curveballs your way, don't just react impulsively. Pause, breathe, and respond thoughtfully. Your power lies in your response, not in the events that happen to you. We then delved into the key to motivation. It's not just about setting goals, but about having a compelling reason to reach them. Find your why, and let it drive you forward. Remember, motivation is what gets you started, but habit is what keeps you going. We also discussed the invaluable lessons we can learn from our personal experiences. These experiences, both good and bad, shape us and guide us. They are our best teachers, so don't shy away from them, but embrace them, learn from them, and grow with them. Finally, we focused on the importance of working harder on yourself than on your job. Your job is important, but you are more important. Invest in yourself, grow your skills, broaden your knowledge, and nurture your mind, body, and soul. You are your most valuable asset, so treat yourself as such. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-improvement. Remember, the spring of life is yours to seize. Until next time, stay motivated, learn from your experiences, and always strive for personal growth. Goodbye and take care.